Okay, let me explain something, ladies and gentlemen. The reason the video got originally cut was because my microphone cut out. But this is different. I've already filmed this entire episode, and I'm coming back to film this particular part of the episode because the file was, I guess, corrupted because for some reason I put it into VideoWave, and even though it's 53 minutes long, VideoWave thinks it's 17 seconds. And you can see why that would be a problem to the entirety of the episode. So, I guess we're doing this again. I know exactly where to cut it. So this is future Draco saying hi. Let's move on. The voice wasn't harsh, but something about the calm with which it spoke made it even more terrifying. Seven wasn't sure what it meant, but incinerator certainly didn't sound good. The only other problem with this is it's not blind anymore, so I basically know the story. But then it'll be blind again after his part is over. Then, almost as if to confirm his suspicions, he heard a chorus of young voices. No! Help me! Many of the voices were simply screaming in terror, mixing with one another to create a single horrifying howl. Damn it! What the hell is going on here? Seven began to crawl along the duct as fast as his arms and legs would carry him. By the way, there's several different children down there, and a lot of the dialogue here isn't going to tell you which child is saying what. So, yeah, I might mix up some voices here and there. The noise he made was tremendous, but he was long past caring. A few moments later, a metal door appeared on the left side of the duct. Seven could hear the screams of the children from the other side of it. This was it! He grabbed a hold of the handle and threw the door open. The old metal gave way easily before his onslaught. What the hell is this place? The room he was looking into had a dome for a ceiling and 9 equally sized walls. At the top of the dome was an upside-down funnel. It looked almost like a chimney. Then he looked down. There they were. The children he'd been looking for. They stared up at Seven, their cries silenced for the moment by surprise and fear. Whether they were scared of the room or of him, Seven couldn't tell. It was certainly possible that they were frightened of both. Not that I could blame them running into a mug like this when they're already scared shitless. He permitted himself a short snort of a laugh, then turned to the children again. Don't worry, kids! I'm not your enemy! I'm one of the good guys! Not a single one of them moved. Except for one. He was a boy, slightly older than the others, in a private school uniform. Who the hell are you? As he spoke, he took a tentative step forward and gave Seven a suspicious look. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you. The moment the words were out of his mouth, he could see the children relax. How are you going to help us? The boy in the uniform asked. Where's the exit? Seven responded. There isn't one. The doors we came in and through won't open, and the door over there... Oh, that's probably him again. He cut himself off, considering something, then continued. Anyway, there's no point! We can't all get out of here. If we don't get out of here, we're going to be burned to death. Burned to death? Can't you hear it? That voice said the incinerator's going to start up soon. The voice spoke again. Automatic incineration will take place in 15 minutes. 15 minutes? They only had 15 minutes. Seven looked back down at the children. It was a good 20 or 30 feet to the floor. There was no way he could pull the children up. That was when he had an idea. Wait right there! I'm gonna be right back! What? Where is he going? Are you just gonna leave us here? Seven did his best to smile what he felt was a reassuring smile. Don't worry, alright? I'll be back, I promise. So just stay calm and wait right there, got it? He didn't wait to hear them respond. There wasn't time. He ran as fast as a man could run on his hands and knees. Well, crawl, but details, who needs them? Before long, he was back in his cell. He was back where he had started, but he had a plan. There was something there that he needed. As soon as he was finished, he dove back into the duct and took off toward the incinerator. You know, now that I think about it, why didn't they just kill him? I mean, I guess they'd have to hide a corpse if they murdered him, but... I mean, putting him in here doesn't exactly make it so he's out of a problem. He's not a problem anymore, but then again, I suppose out of sight, out of mind was their thinking behind it. Dumbasses. Ace is an idiot. It's like Hantaru. Or whatever the fuck his name was. You know, I just edited the episode where they said his name again, and I already can't remember it again. Sorry to keep you waiting, guys. Leaning out of the door of the duct, Seven lowered the rope he'd brought to the floor of the incinerator. Back in the cell, he'd torn the bed sheets into strips and tied them together to make a rope. Like Seven himself, it wasn't very attractive, but it got the job done. And that's all he can really ask. I mean, it's not like it has to win a rope tying contest or a rope attractiveness contest. Alright, just tie that around yourself, okay? I'll pull you up one at a time. Right. Huh? Wait a sec. I was about to do a kid's voice, then I realized that was Seven. That's when he noticed. There were more of you before. Where'd the rest of you go? The boy in the uniform answered. I let them go on ahead. We opened the door, the number 9 door, and they left. What? You're telling me you opened that door? That's what I said. Then what the hell are you doing here? We couldn't go with them. Why not? Look, only the people who can go through the number door. Automatic incineration will take place in 5 minutes. The voice reverberated against the walls of the room. My laptop is dying. This is problematic. There, better. Look, that can wait, alright? Just get us... Oh, wait, that's him. Look, that can wait, alright? Just get us out of here! Right! Seven grabbed a hold of the rope. First up was a girl with a ponytail. Next was a girl with a red necktie, followed by a boy in a jacket who said he'd climb up on his own. And last up was the boy in the uniform. Like the boy in the jacket, he climbed up the rope himself. He looked scrawny from above, but his looks bellied impressive strength. He scaled the rope quickly, but as he was almost to seven, they heard the sound of someone knocking. All eyes turned to the door. Cut into it was a thick, square window. On the other side, they could see a furious face. Yeesh. He's ugly. God damn it! What's going on here? Why is the room empty? Where the hell are those fucking kids? The door opened, and a man stepped in, looking half mad with fury. Seven recognized his face. He'd seen him many times in photos during his investigation. The man's name was Gentaro Hongu. Gentaro, that was his name. The CEO of Cradle Pharmaceutical. Hongu saw the boy hanging from the rope. Grrrr! He roared like an animal and lunged for the rope. Hurry! I know! The boy in the uniform resumed his scramble up the rope. You son of a bitch! Get back here, you little shit! He was 15 feet away. 10. The moment he came within arm's reach, Seven grabbed the boy in the uniform. With a jerk, he tossed him into the duct behind him. Gah! Is that no or ho? Whatever. No! Hungu had lost any semblance of control. His face no longer looked human. It was twisted into something terrifying, the visage of a devil or a ferocious monster. Seven quickly reeled his rope, leaving a furious Hungu on the floor of the room, and crawled back into the duct. You fucking bastard! You won't get away with this! How dare you compromise this experiment! What experiment? Seven wondered. Automatic incineration will take place in 1 minute. Hey, old man, what the hell are you doing? Hurry up! It was the boy in the uniform. Seven tossed Hungu a taunting salute and pulled the door closed. There was no point in going back to Seven's cell, so they continued down to the duct in the other direction. After 30 feet or so, another duct met theirs heading down. They nodded at one another, then turned and slid down the duct. A short time later, they crawled out of the duct to find themselves in a narrow hallway. There was a door on each side of it. The one that left was a normal double door. But the one on the right was a familiar thick metal door with black and yellow stripes and a device next to it on the wall. On the other door was a plate that read Incinerator. Or on the door, sorry. Then that's where we were? Yeah. Hungu might still be there. Looks like it's been shut off, though. Oh, wait. See, I don't like how they don't tell me who it is! Wait, what? If he's still in there... Yeah, that's not good. Ugh. Seven grunted. Ah, there we go. Now I know what it is. Fine. The other door. Go into the other door. Hurry! The children began to run with Seven, following close behind them. On the other side of the door was a large spiral staircase. Run! Seven shouted. They didn't need to be told twice. Up and up and up they went. Their feet pounded against the steps, and their arms churned the air. Round and round they went, like a human tornado. The stairs kept going. They passed a couple of rooms that looked like dance halls when the boy in the uniform spoke. Something's up. Akane's not catching up to us. Akane? My kid's sister. The girl with the red necktie. Akane. That was strange. Seven didn't remember seeing that name in the list of children who'd gone missing. Hey! Akane! He cupped his hands around his mouth and yelled. There was no response. Maybe we outran her? Suddenly, the boy in the uniform stopped short. Seven stopped too, as did the boy in the jacket and the ponytailed girl. When did we do that? Well, we passed a couple of big rooms on the way here. Maybe she took a rest in one of them? Or maybe one of them was probably Seven, but fuck if I know who it was. No, that's impossible. Sorry, Grandpa, you keep going. I gotta look for her downstairs. He turned to go. Hey, kid, wait! God damn it, I said wait! The boy didn't even seem to hear him. Fuck! Seven spun around and yelled to the boy in the jacket and the girl with the ponytail. I'm going after him! You two keep going, alright? You got it? The girl nodded and began to run up the stairs. The boy, however, I'm going with you. Seven didn't have time to argue. Instead, he simply nodded and took off down the stairs. The boy in the jacket followed. They ran all the way to the bottom floor, calling for her. Akane was nowhere to be found. God damn it, where the hell did she go? Oh, never mind, that was the boy. I can do that again. God damn it, where the hell did she go? Help me! Somebody help me! It was a girl's voice. Akane! The boy in the uniform threw open the door and leapt into the hallway that faced the incinerator. Seven and the boy in the jacket followed. Seven couldn't believe what he saw. Hongu had grabbed Akane by the arm and was doing his utmost to force her into the incinerator. Come on, goddammit, move! No, I don't want to! Let me go! Please let go of me! She had planted her feet squarely on the floor and was doing her best to get away, but Hongu is much larger than she was. She wasn't going to win. Akane! The boy in the uniform shouted. He roared with anger and charged towards Hongu. I have no idea who that is. Let's assume it's Akane. You came back! Ha! You're too late, idiot! Hongu lifted Akane bodily from her feet and threw her, struggling into the incinerator. Ah! Before Seven or the boy in the uniform could react, Hongu leapt through the door after her. They saw him land inside. And then the door slammed shut, with the finality of a great steel guillotine. The three of them ran to the door. They pulled and strained, trying desperately to get it to open. Grah! Fuck, it's no use! The goddamn thing won't move an inch! The boy in the uniform cried out and began to slam his fist against the door. He hit it with such force, Seven feared his knuckles would shatter from the impact. Akane! Akane! Are you okay? Help me! Her voice was muffled by the door, but the sheer terror in it was unmistakable. What should I do? Oh wait, that's her. What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here. Where's Hongu? He went out the other door. What? Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, Seven. Are you fucking kidding me? Seven was at a loss. It's the same damn thing. Are you there? Akane's voice sounded close to tears. Yeah, we're here. Just hang on, alright? We're going to figure out a way to save you. If she could have seen the bloodless face of the boy in the uniform, his words would have seemed little more than a sick joke. Automatic incineration will take place in 17 minutes. Please! Please help me! I'm really, really scared! I don't want to die! Please don't! I don't want to die! I don't want to die! It's gonna be alright! I'll figure something out, I promise! I promise, okay, you hear me? I promise! They could hear her muffled sobs from the other side of the door. The boy in the uniform tightened his fists. His knuckles were bloodless and white. Seven could tell that he was holding back tears of his own. It was silent. All they could hear was the creaking of the boat as it shifted in the water. They waited and waited, but Seven didn't continue. What happened then? Junpei couldn't wait any longer. He had to know. Seven looked at the floor. Come on, man. Put yourself in my shoes. It doesn't end good. You think I want to remember that? Phone? Where'd I put it? I really should have shut this off. And yes, that's my ringtone. Okay, now it's muted. Then, yeah. Shit. If I'd known it was gonna be like this. I almost wished I hadn't remembered. Seven shook his head. But there was something Junpei had to know. Hey, are you sure? Huh? Look, I don't want to ask this either, but there's something I don't get. So, if you could just tell me, did that girl Akane really... Seven stared straight ahead at nothing. Yeah, I'm sure. There wasn't anything we could do. After a while, the countdown ended, and we heard something burning. Even after the fire stopped, they couldn't move. Seven and the boy in the jacket simply stood where they were, frozen. The boy in the uniform collapsed, falling to the floor in a jumble of limbs like a puppet whose strings had been cut. A few more minutes passed. The door opened. The boy in the uniform ran in, stumbling over his own feet. Seven and the boy in the jacket followed, still too numb to speak. The air in the incinerator was hot. Every breath made Seven's lungs feel like they were on fire. The air shimmered with heat, and in the middle of the room, beneath the waves of heat, there it lay. The boy in the uniform walked toward it, his legs shaking violently. Seven couldn't see his face, but his body looked somehow empty. Finally, he reached it. The boy collapsed to his knees, his legs no longer able to support him. Junpei felt a cold lump form in the pit of his stomach. A feeling of sickening anticipation washed over him. He could feel his body shivering. He desperately did not want to know the answer. He feared he knew already, but he had to ask. He had to know for sure. Can I ask you one more thing? What? The girl, Akane, what was her last name? What does it matter to you? Just tell me, okay? Please? Seven looked at Junpei curiously and ran his tongue quickly over his dirty lips. Kurashiki. Her name was Akane Kurashiki. Something inside Junpei stopped. He had no more words left. He had no more Junpei left. He was just a shell of flesh and bone. Seven turned to Snake. You were there that day, weren't you? The tall kid in the jacket. That was you, wasn't it? Yes, I was. You are correct, Detective. Junpei's mind was blank, withdrawn from the world. Somewhere far away, he could hear Seven and Snake talking. Don't misunderstand me. I told you before how Zero threatened me. There was nothing I could do. I couldn't say anything about what happened 9 years ago. So you're saying you're not working for Zero, right? Of course not. Clover? What about you? Hey! Come on! You really think I'm working with Zero? I told you before, idiot! I was in Nevada, in Building Q! I did hear that a detective rescued the kids on the boat, but I didn't know it was you. Her surprise seemed to be genuine. Seven regarded Clover for a moment, then rubbed his chin thoughtfully. Well, I guess I believe you. Clover nodded. Alright, let me ask you another question. He stuck his hands into his pockets and took a few steps. He then stopped and turned to face them again. Santa's real name is Aoi Kurashiki. He's Akane's brother. You know that? No! No, I didn't! Did you? Well, yes, I know Ao Kurashiki was her brother, but I didn't know he was Santa. At least not from the beginning. 9 years ago, he was in the middle of puberty. His voice is entirely different now. I'm ashamed to say even my exceptional hearing wasn't able to make that connection. As such, I had no reason to think Santa was Aoi. When did you figure it out? A short time ago, Clover told me that Santa might have been one of the subjects in the initial experiment. When she told me that, I had a feeling. Santa is Aoi? Akane Kurashiki, June's brother? That spark caught flame in Junpei's leaden mind, and the fog began to clear. Like an engine beginning to turn, images and thoughts began to coalesce, whatever the fuck that word is, in his mind, coming faster and faster, forming bigger images, bigger thoughts. Junpei blinked. He was back. There's still a lot we don't know. I mean, like, a lot. But there is one thing I think we can say we know. What's that? The body we found in the shower room had to be Nijisaki, dressed up to look like Snake. What? Come on, man, what kind of detective are you? You didn't figure that out already? Hey, go easy on me, man. I just got my memory back, alright? Cut me some slack. Yeah, that is fair. Well, if he is, the 3 murders make sense then, don't they? Yeah, that's right. Murder. Kubota blew himself up, but that was murder too. So why did these murders take place? If Junpei is correct, and the body in the shower room was Nijisaki's, that means all of the people who were murdered were involved with the creation of the Nonary Project. Kubota, the person who conducted the actual experiments. Nijisaki, Hongu's assistant. Usashido, the men who financed the project. You mean this was all just revenge? Santa is Zero? He's getting revenge for the death of his sister? No, I don't think Santa actually murdered anyone. In fact, Junpei didn't think he knew. He couldn't explain why or how, but he had no doubt that Santa had killed no one. Perhaps the madness of the last several hours was finally driving him insane, but Junpei had ceased to be surprised at his sudden knowledge and begun to accept it. If I'm right, then it's not hard to figure out who the next victim's gonna be, is it? I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell you. Snake, Clover, and Seven all nodded. The next target will be Gentaro Hongu, the person who planned the Nonary Project. In other words, Ace. There was a moment of silence.